They basically set out to prove this one simple idea, that the reality of the human body is way, way more unbelievable than anything you could ever make up. Today, we are diving into one of the most bizarre medical texts ever published. It's from the 19th century, and it's a catalog of the absolute extremes of human existence, a world of anomalies and curiosities that will make you rethink what normal even means. You know, the authors themselves, George Gould and Walter Pyle, said it best right in their preface. They basically set out to prove this one simple idea, that the reality of the human body is way, way more unbelievable than anything you could ever make up. And as we're about to see, they make a pretty compelling case. But this book wasn't just about sensationalism, not at all. The whole philosophy behind it was that by studying these really strange, exceptional cases, we get, and I'm quoting here, the most searching glimpses into the heart of the mystery of the ordinary. In other words, you have to look at the weird to really understand the everyday. Okay, first up, the body's extremes. We're going to start with the most visible anomalies, the kinds of physical marvels and malformations that really push the boundaries of what a human body could even be. So, let's talk about size. The book does a great job of separating fact from folklore. It turns out, a lot of the old stories about giants came from people digging up mastodon bones and just assuming they were human. The tallest man they could actually verify was just under 8'3". Dwarfs, though, they were a well-documented reality, sometimes even artificially created back in ancient Rome. And get this, they could often have children of perfectly normal height. The text also gets into some incredible extremes when it comes to fertility. For example, there's an epitaph in Conway for a man named Nicholas Hooks. He was his father's 41st child. Yep, 41st! And if you think that's a lot, there was a Mr. Pearsons who lived to be 96. Over the course of 4 marriages, he fathered a staggering 53 children. And then, for the most wild claim of all, we have Luigi Erba, an Italian gentleman who supposedly fathered 370 children in just 7 years. Now, that one is unverified, but stories like these just show how fascinated the era was with the absolute limits of human reproduction. Now, the book uses the historical term major tirata, which was a 19th century phrase for what they called living monsters. It's a term we would never use today, thankfully, but the book's documentation is fascinating because it focuses on their lives. It talks about Chang and Ang, the original Siamese twins, who got married and had families. It talks about Joseph Merrick, the elephant man, and the complex person behind the condition. And it tells the stories of others, like Lalu and the Aztec children, and how they navigated the world.